24-hour security at the Supreme Court following emergency request from the Judicial Service for protection for yet to be audited pink sheets.
It was actually an emergency request. There's a need for us to be there, so the Judicial Service made a special request for us to have our presence there throughout the night and in the day, especially days that the court is not sitting.
Tonight, the MPP strongly condemns attempts by national security operatives to guard the pink sheets. We will hear their reasons.
This is Top Story with Evans Mensah.
Top Story is brought to you by Bond Financial Services, your success, our passion. Belacra Mineral Water, the new generation mineral water. It's also brought to you by Lifebuoy, still 100% better germ protection. Also by Blue Rose Limited, Shelter for All, as well as Star Life Assurance. Guarding the pink sheets, the subject of an emergency Judicial Service request that has led to a 24-hour police guard at the Supreme Court. In a statement, the police administration announced it is expanding security at the court following the ruling yesterday for the counting of the pink sheets. The statement comes in the wake of controversy over attempts by national security to deploy personnel to the courts to protect the pink sheets. There are reports that security personnel had demanded keys to the court registry, but we understand the registrar of the Supreme Court rejected the offer of protection. Now, the New Patriotic Party has condemned the development. We will hear their reasons shortly. But first, Accra Police PRO FREEMAN gave details of the new security arrangements at the court.
Actually an emergency request. There's a need for us to be there, so the Judicial Service made a special request for us to have our presence there throughout the night and in the day, especially days that the court is not sitting. So it will continue, subject to review, but at the end of the day, we are acting on the orders of the Judicial Service of Ghana.
And presumably this will be to guard and protect the pink sheets, which will be a subject of account.
Well, we are nowhere closer to the pink sheets, but the most important thing is that they have a secure place for the pink sheet. But at the end of the day, it is by extension to protect the pink sheet. But we just want to make it clear, or put it on record that our details are nowhere near where the pink sheet is being kept. We have no idea, but at the end of the day, we are there for that purpose as well.
I am joined on the line now by Accra Police PRO FREEMAN. Thank you very much, sir, for your time here on Top Story. So, was the police administration aware of this national security attempt to deploy men to guard the court's registry?
Yeah, we are not aware as a regional command. We have no idea that national security want to guard the pink sheet. What we are acting on is a request by the Judicial Service of Ghana that they need some form of security throughout the night, as well as on days that the court will not be sitting, because this is a landmark case, so there's a need for a 24-hour security at all times. Initially, we concentrated protection of the Supreme Court to days that the court will be sitting in this particular case, but as every security arrangement is subject to review, and we do that by having a thorough discussion with the Judicial Service, because they have invited us. We act on their orders, or we act based on their instructions. And they also have a security arrangement in place. So ours is to augment their security arrangement.
Okay, but I'm sure you have the reports of some security personnel from national security who were there seeking to protect these documents.
We've not had any reports. It is just a media report that we cannot confirm whether it's true or not. But what I'm saying is that, let me repeat, we received invitation as a regional command that there's a need for some form of security at the Supreme Court at days that the court will not be sitting and in the evening. So that is what we've acted on. So we are not there on our own. We are there on the invitation or with approval from the Judicial Service.
Now, you've talked about the receipt of this emergency request from the Judicial Service last night. What was the nature of this request exactly?
The nature of the request is that we need to position ourselves at certain vantage points, not necessarily closer to the... It wasn't that we are supposed to go and stand beside the pin sheet and guide them. We have a distance that we are supposed to keep. As I'm talking now, we are not even aware where it is being kept. That one is under the control of the security of the... They have their own security arrangements. Ours is that we will be a backup in time. When the need arises, then they will just prompt us and will come in. But we are also keeping watch over everything. We have an eagle eye that we are keeping watch over every movement, because there's a need for us, beside the pin sheet, there's a need for us to constantly keep an eye over the building.
Okay, you say, this is what you say. This is what you say in your statement. Just to quote, the command want to make it clear that the presence of the police is not to intimidate people or compromise or tamper with any exhibit in the custody of the court, but assist the frontline security of the Judicial Service to effectively police the premises. I'm wondering why that is a concern for you.
We've also received information and it's going around in the media that the police are there to intimidate, or the security details there to intimidate people. We are only assuring the public that ours is to provide general security and also assist the security of the Judicial Service to effectively manage the place security-wise. So we are not there to intimidate or to harass anybody. We are equally not there to interfere with any proceedings at the court. And if I may make it simple, by compromising with any pin sheet or whatever which is subject of litigation.
Thank you very much, FREEMAN. TETTEY is the Accra Police PRO. Well, the NPP is questioning the action of the national security, plus raising issues with the latest intervention that you just heard from the police. The party's General Secretary, KWADWO AFRIYIE, joins me live on the line right now. Thank you, sir, for your time here on Top Story. Now, why is it an issue if an institution of state like national security decides to protect a pretty important installation like the Supreme Court?
Well, first of all, this trial began for some 3-4 weeks ago. And for us, the police, have always been there. And they have not seen the need to issue a formal statement in respect of their being there. And I do not think that any of those persons who throng the courts daily have ever complained about the police either intimidating, people by their presence. Nobody has done that, and it surprises me that they should give this reason today, through their statement, reassuring people as though, people who go to the courts are complaining about their presence. We've seen them; they have been very friendly, and it appears to me that nobody had complained about their presence. This statement, it seems to me, advocation as a result of yesterday's behavior of the national security, trying to, take by force the documents that were in the custody of the registrar.
Well, we just had FREEMAN TETTEY say they are not aware of that. As far as they're concerned, it's media reportage. We've indeed confirmed from the registrar, who told us in confidence that indeed they rejected the offer.
Very well, and I think that was the right thing, for them to do, because these documents have at all times been in the custody of the courts and with especially the registry, and that we have never complained about the fact that it's been there, it's not safe, and so they need any protection. So it appears to me that whoever directed them, whether it is government that directed them to go there and to take custody of these documents with a view to tampering with them, needs to be seen. And we are calling on government to come clean over this matter, because, just as, this matter had become, a subject matter of debate in the courts and the public, arena. Then you have national security operatives going there to pick up these documents when they have not been called by anybody to say that you come and pick this, for safe, keeping. We believe that there's more to it than meets, the eye. And so for the police to quickly to come in as they did, to assure people that it is their duty to protect. And the police,
another party to all this, obviously, are your colleagues. Another party to all this are your colleagues on the other side, the NDC. I've been joined by the Deputy General Secretary of the party, George Lawson. Thank you, sir, for your time. Now, what's the party's view on the security arrangements to guard the yet to be audited pink sheets? We just heard from the police PRO.
We welcome the news that the police administration have accepted the offer to give protection at the Supreme Court with regards to the pink sheets. And we have not made any offer that anybody should go and protect the pink sheets. And if the Judicial Service, in their own wisdom, have requested for that protection, so be it. We welcome it.
Going forward, I'm sure you heard about the reports today about some national security action at their place. The police say they are now aware. We have confirmed the registrar indeed received the request and rejected it. Is this something that is of concern to the NDC?
If I heard you right, you said when you spoke to the Judicial Secretary, he said they made an offer and they declined.
Exactly.
So if one makes an offer and one declines, what's the beef about it? It was an offer they made and they declined it and they decided to go to the police. So what is it? The hula baloo about this. People trying to cry over there's no wolf. Try to read so many meanings into it. I mean, I don't see anything wrong with this. You made an offer and they declined. That's it. And they have decided to go to the police for protection. And what again? We just have to see that with the Judicial Service, what they want to do. We have not come out with a protection or the pink sheet to be protected or whatever.
Hey, Mr. AFRIYIE, in fairness to the Judicial Service and to government, they have not requested this. It's the Judicial Service, from what we hear from the police, that put in the request. And as you just heard, indeed, they turned down the request from the National Security. That is fair, isn't it? Hello, sir? Okay, we appear to be having some challenges there, but my final question to you, Mr. Lawson. Clearly, next week we're going to start this whole process again, the cross-examination. Okay, I'm told that KWADWO is back on the line. You were making a point, sir.
Yes, I'm saying that we should action of the police as they have issued a statement, and that of the national security. The national security went in unsolicited over the pink sheet by the registry. But so it's completely different from that of the police. And at all times material, we have heard the police protecting, the property and the buildings and everybody out there since this case began. So the police presence is nothing new. What is new is the intervention of the national security by going there, to take over all the pink sheets when they have not been invited by anybody so to do. And that is the polite way of the registry saying that they rejected the offer. It was after they had demanded forcefully that they take over the pink sheets that the registry said, no, we will not allow you, because the court's direction did not say that the pink sheets should be given to national security for safekeeping. It is at that stage that they gently, told them, we don't need your assistance, even if you wanted it. But who in the first place asked the national security to go there and then take over, these pink sheets? I think that there's more to it than what the NDC, is telling us.
Thank you very much, KWADWO AFRIYIE is the General Secretary of the NDC. Finally, to you, Mr. Lawson, as far as the auditing of the pink sheets is concerned, we understand that it might cost the NDC as a party in this whole process an estimated $100,000. Yesterday, we heard from the NPP legal team asking KPMG to do this on a pro bono basis. Are you able to afford that money?
First of all, let me just clarify this. The General Secretary of the NPP is throwing dust into the eyes of people. The fact is, if I heard you right, the judicial secretary does not say they came to take custody of the pink shirts. They said they made an offer, but he is saying, and to quote his own witness, you and I were not there.
To the question about the $100,000 cost.
Should he say so? I mean, they never went there to take custody of the pink shirts. That should be clear. Fine, litigation is expensive. I don't know how much it's going to cost us, but at least litigation is expensive. So we're waiting for them to bring the estimate. That's it.
Thank you, sir, for your time. Judge LAWSON is the Deputy General Secretary of the NDC. Now, talking about that KPMG audit, we have the very latest on it. Listen, we are just learning that the Supreme Court has, in the last 2 hours, formally written to the accounting firm KPMG, tasked with the responsibility to count the pink sheets. Now, our sources also confirm KPMG has received the formal written request. We understand KPMG will next week issue a formal reply to the court, following which they will put together a team to plan how to execute the audit. Now, they are not willing to say how long it will take, but we understand the audit could cost an estimated $100,000. Well, that's it for Top Story. Top Story is brought to you by Bond Financial Services, your success, our passion, Belacra Mineral Water, the new generation mineral water. It's also brought to you by Lifebuoy, still 100% better germ protection. Also by Blue Rose Limited and Style Life Assurance. Join us in 15 minutes on Newsnight. We'll tell you what's happening as far as the security situation across the country is concerned, following the death of 2 people in a mining community in Obuasi, reportedly carried out by 2 Chinese nationals. Well, we are learning more about that particular incident following a meeting today by national security chiefs. Details in 15 minutes on Newsnight on radio. My name is Evans Mensah.